I can assure you he is truly a very sick boy.
I think you mean sick girl.
Hello and welcome to Sick Girl, the podcast. I am your host, Ashley Singleton. And I realize right now you're probably thinking, oh, another podcast. And I get it. I really do. But I am going to spend this first episode letting you know who I am, how we got here, why I started this, and why you should listen. I'm Ashley. I'm a comedian, a writer, and I have long COVID. From 2016 to 2020, I lived in LA. The day I graduated high school, I left my graduation, got on a plane, I went to LA. I started my first classes at UCB, which is a sketch and improv school. And then for 8 weeks, I flew back and forth from Utah to LA once a week to do these classes because my parents weren't ready to let me move out. Eventually, I moved out. And then 2020 hit and I was on this vacation in Mexico. I turned on the TV and this thing called COVID is like taking over the world. And so my parents were basically like, you're not flying back to LA. Like, you have to come home for a bit. I agreed. I thought, like, I'll be home for 2 weeks. Was what I thought. 5 years later, I'm still here. I got COVID in October 2020 and I was really sick. I was really sick when I got it. I was quarantining with my sister and her baby and they both got it, but theirs wasn't as bad as mine. Like, mine was, I probably should have gone to the hospital, in all honesty. I really should have, but it was kind of at that time where they were like, don't come unless you need to be on a ventilator because we don't have room for you. And so I didn't go. I was laying on the floor of the shower having my sister wash my hair because I couldn't get up to do it. I couldn't, like, I was not well. I tested positive for COVID for 110 days. So it just was not leaving my system. But I never really got rid of some symptoms. Like, the severe fatigue never left and I couldn't remember things. I couldn't find words. I was like, I knew what I was trying to say. I could look at an object and be like, I know what that is, but I cannot get the word from my brain to my mouth. And it was really concerning. And then slowly new symptoms started to pop up. Like, my heart would race if I stood up. I would stand up and my heart would skyrocket and I would basically almost pass out. And it would happen when I went up the stairs and I was like, I'm not this out of shape. Like, I'm out of shape, but not to this extent. And I knew something was wrong. To the doctor and they were like, we're seeing this, but we don't know what it is. Like, we have no idea how to help you. Calling it long COVID. People just can't shake it. And for some people, we think, they still don't really know, but they're like, we think it activated or like flipped a switch on in some people's bodies and left them with these problems. For years, this went on. I saw every doctor you can think of, I've been to. And I just was basically like, I need help. Like, I'm not functioning. It was just like really hard. And I couldn't figure it out. And I felt almost like I was going crazy because nobody knew what was wrong with me. My tests were coming back negative. I knew something was wrong. It took me about 2.5 years to be diagnosed with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is also known as POTS. Falls under the umbrella of dysautonomia, which is basically dysfunction of your autonomic nervous system. It affects every part of your body because it's everything you don't think about doing. So it's your eyes, your breathing, your lungs, swallowing, stomach. It just, from top to bottom, it's brutal. It's one of the hardest things I've ever gone through. It also left me with thyroid problems, nerve damage, really upended my life. I went from living in LA by myself, doing shows, doing class, to moving home with my parents, barely being able to get off the couch. Like 4 years ago, I started a page called Sick Girl. I was just looking for anybody who could tell me that they had the same thing that was going on, or to find someone who maybe understood, because it was really lonely. I started posting the most vulnerable videos. Like, I have non-epileptic seizures, so I posted videos of that, and then a POTS attack, and I just was talking because I was like, this is what's happening to me. I just needed like a Dr. House. I was like, does anybody know? And I slowly started getting people commenting and being like, this is happening to me too. I got this after COVID. Like, do you know what's wrong with you? Do you know who to see? And kind of slowly it built into what it is today. And now I want to do this podcast because I feel like people do not understand what chronic illness does to a person. I want to talk about chronic illness, mental health. I think it's really important because I've seen a lot of doctors who don't understand it. Other people don't understand it. I feel like the world has moved on from COVID and I am stuck in 2020 because my body has never been the same. This podcast, what I hope to do is spread awareness about what it's like to be chronically ill and come along for the journey because I hope it helps you. And thanks for listening.